Right, top of the morning, top of the evening, top of the night, whatever time zone you are on, we are live. Hello, everybody. A moment of silence for all those who have lost their lives. With that being said, let's remember this. If we can look up, we can get up, we can get up, we can go up. Hopefully everybody's been doing the best that they can in the situation that they are in. This is 2021. With that being said, you see the title, you know what it is. We're going to get into the music and we're going to get to this. Stay in line, Georgia. It's time for us to move on up. So we need y'all to stay in line. Like that right there. Stay in line, Georgia. Again, hello, everybody. Georgia, stay in line. We're asking you, if you're out there voting and you've been in line, stay in line. Your vote counts, your vote matters. So we need you to stay in line. All right, let's get to this music. Let's get off into these results as they come in and as they have been coming in. It's a great day indeed.
Hush not, child, and don't cry. Your folks might understand you by and by. Just move on up toward your destination. Though you may find from time to time complication. And take the trip. Though there may be a wet road ahead and you cannot slip, just move on up. For peace you'll find into the steeple of beautiful people where there's only one kind. So hush not, child, and don't cry.
Again, Georgia, we need you to stay in line. Don't get out the line. Stay there until you go.
And keep on wishing.
Go.
Remember your dream is your only scheme. So keep on pushing.
We need Miss McConnell to get out the way. Move, move. So, Georgia, this is what we need you to help us do tonight. In the USA, we need you to help us get Mitch McConnell out the way, since Kentucky wouldn't do it. We need him to move, even though his house had been egged and Nancy Pelosi's house has been egged and different things like that. But you can protest, you can chant, but we need that protesting and that chanting to lead to policy and to lead to some action and mobility and stability and progression and not a digression. So stay in line, Georgia, because we need him to get out the way and move. Continue to vote. Back to the music.
Your folks might understand you by and by. Just move on up toward your destination. Though you may find from time to time complication. take
Y'all got your mask on in Georgia.
though there may be wet road ahead, and you cannot slip. Just move on up. For peace you find into the steeple of beautiful people where there's only one kind. So hush not, child, and don't cry. Your folks might understand you by and by. Move on up and keep on wishing. Remember your dream is your only scheme, so keep on pushing. Take nothing less than the supreme best. Do not obey, rumors people say, but you can pass the test. Just move on up to a greater day. With just a little faith, if you put your mind to it, you can surely do it. Just move on
up to that line. Stay in the line. Stay where you at. Till it's time for you to move on up. Stay there.
Move on up. Watch out, but just move on
Don't
up.
us and Mitch McConnell.
We move on up.
To up on the side.
Move on up.
We're doing forward control real quick. Not like the past President Obama. Let's make that happen. So again, this is the runoff, and yes, things have been transpiring this year. We know police departments are refusing to charge officers who have shot unjustly at African American males as well as females last year, which is just because 2020 ended, don't mean situations ended. We still need justice for those situations, and that don't mean we ever stop utilizing our voice. We never stop that. So Georgia, let your voice be made known and heard tonight. Continue to stay in the line and cast your vote in this runoff in Georgia, as it is very crucial and imperative that you do such. Stay in line, Georgia. Please. Sit Mitch McConnell down. Make him get out the way. Move. Since Kentucky wouldn't do it. Or there's another theory too. And I just let that ride right now. But G Money, where your phone at? Lord have mercy. Okay, let's get to this. Other updates, other than the negative ones, and people shooting people in Texas. Yeah, I'm watching all that too. Grandmaster Jay got his voice back. He can speak on his social media platforms. Remember, it was vital that his constitutional rights were not violated. Now, I'm not going to get off into the other foolishness and shenanigans and whatever else people pontificate about in their mind pertaining to that issue. Also, I am aware that one of the Proud Boy leaders was arrested for obstruction and vandalism. Why you clap at that? Because about time. If you're going to be vandalizing people's stuff and running around like you own this nation and your ancestors didn't build this nation, mine did, well, guess what? Time for your behind to experience what African Americans experience daily over here for the last upteen number of years. That's right, I said it. Now, just like that. I said it just like that. Mm. Mm. All right, now let's go back to these election results now that I've given that news. Mm. All right. Pull this up. Google was tripping earlier. Let me get into my slides. Hey, Letha, how you doing? Dust Spot, Tony, how you doing? DJ, Tony is in the building. Lee. All right, let's get to this so I can look at the updated election, so we all can look at the updated election results. And again, the grind don't stop. The grind towards justice and making sure people receive their recompense, present or absent, don't stop. This grind don't stop. Mobilization don't stop. We ain't with that stagnation. This grind don't stop. Oh, good, Tony. Everybody's doing okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Again, Georgia, stay in the lines. We need Mitch McConnell out of the way. Mitch McConnell old. He's been there since the 80s, like most of them have. But that one, we need him out of the way. Disclaimer. What you hear might be hazardous to your carnality and creating you a new paradigm. Welcome to 2021. Now I'm gonna sip on this vitamin water. Woo! Woo! I'm gonna say some things this year that's gonna get underneath some people's skin, and that's gonna be fine with me because you need to shed that skin and you need some new skin. Come on with this loading of this stuff in the background. You say he from the dirty South, Letha? You said Mr. O'Connor is from the dirty, dirty South. Mm. I'm not surprised. Mm. Sure it's KNN News. Let's remember, we stay actively engaged. Always. There's never a time that we're not participating. Because the time that we don't participate is the time that we are not allowing our voices to be made heard. We always lift our voice and make our voices heard. Period. And all voting is just a small fraction. We know we as a people still have to do the work. Now let me get to disclaimer. Graphic content, parental consent. Viewers' discretion is advised. Graphic content may be shown. Viewers' discretion is advised and parental consent. If you are under the age of 18 and you are considered a minor, parental consent, no exceptions. Now, I haven't said that, let's move on. All right, sit Mitch down, Georgia. The runoff is on. Sit him down. Writing on their house. That was cute. So you run on his house and his property. Excuse me, one of them. That didn't move him. That didn't create any new legislation and policy. That did absolutely nothing. But made the person feel better. Okay, the people or persons who did it, I'm sure it appeased them. However, policy matters. Like I said, we can protest, we can gather, we can chant, that's fine. But policy matters. Moving that legislation through matters. The people always hold the power. This is what people forget. There's power in numbers and unity. When people really get unified, they're unstoppable. That's why people love to cause dissension and division, to divide. And they like the dissension and the confusion in the atmosphere. So people can't stay focused on unity, and people won't focus on the objective at hand, and the objectives will never be met. But I'll say it again. It is a power in unity and being on one accord. And when people really begin to realize that and understand that and comprehend that and learn how to walk in that, then there will be moments that stagnation will be non-existent. Progression. It'll be a systematic, consistent progression forward towards something that's advantageous for all and overall. Now, yes, Letha, 3 billion. Right, sit him down. Sit them down. Now let's get to this and see where they at on this. But I also need to pause real quick and tell people it's the power in unity. You get the tellers out your camp and moles out your camp or out of your group or out of the core group, then you can move forward. But here it is. Ooh, 60% reporting. Raphael is in the lead, and John, they're in the lead right now. And honestly, I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't expect for every ballot to be counted until tomorrow. And I am looking at specific counties where the demographic makeup is basically Democratic, basically African American, and there also been some other counties who were purple. That means they used to be Republican and they've been swinging Democrat. But that's a story to be told too. And here's the thing that we know as African American people, and as people in the United States overall. Now, you can have your opinion, but everybody can't have their own. The facts are the facts. Anybody can formulate an opinion. So what? You're entitled to do that. But your opinion will never change the fact. And the fact of the matter is, voter suppression has existed in the United States of America for African American people since we could vote, period. Oh, they just flipped it real quick and said David Perdue lead. No, 61% vote. Okay, like I said, I'm gonna calm down. All of the votes ain't in yet. We know that. Letha, wait a minute. Letha, you called him a turkey neck. Letha, you cutting up in the bottom of this chat right now. You cutting up. Okay. Go to his name and see what. Let me go to Steve Barnacki and see what he is talking about. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. All right. Let's go here. All right. I need, okay, live. CBS. Where is PBS at? Okay, I'll try CBS, but if I'm hearing too much commentation from these news channels, then we already know what it is. I keep it moving because I don't. All I want to hear is an updated breakdown. The rest of the riff-raff, I don't need. See, look, we just want to see what the board is looking like. Okay, see, don't nobody even care about that. I don't even care about that. Okay. Let me find another news source. They're talking about somebody's watch party. I can care less about that. Go back up. Again, if you are in the line and you're in Georgia, stay in line until you vote. Stay there. Okay. I don't care about that right there. Oh, these cats buffering in the background. Okay. We'll look a little bit at this, the buffering in the background. They having some technical issues. The CBS 46 Live, y'all having issues. Exit the page. Unresponsive. What exit? Yeah, they was having some issues. So we're not even going. We'll go with somebody else. Hey, Carolyn, how are you? Okay. I can tell you right now, as it stands right now, Warnoff was ahead by somebody, but again, for this one, all of the votes have not been counted. There are people still standing in the line. It's not like it was last time where I could really break down the numbers and say, for my state and other state, well, the population is predominantly here, here, and here. For this one, it really gets down to everybody vote being counted, because again, people are still standing in the line. This is small, so right. Uh, all right, it is very, very close. Um, yeah, it's close. But like I said, right now, people are still in the line voting, stand in the line. You know what they're going to do first. This go around is more than likely count all the early ballots first, and as people are voting, count that last. So again, we need, if you were in Georgia, stay in the line, please. Do not get out the line and go home until you cast your vote. We need it. If you're voting against the Republican foolishness, remain in line. And even if you're voting for the other party, maybe you'll get some corner near you standing in line. That's some revelation knowledge. While you standing there, you still got a chance to get some. Stay in line. Okay, so Okay, let's go back to this. Let's go back to this board on Google really quick. All right. 65% reporting, 65% reporting. Like I said, it's still close, it's still tight. I'm assuming that they will probably be finished counting sometime tomorrow. But after they get to the 99 percentile and every vote counts, then that's when you can almost basically just start saying, so stay in line, Georgia. Y'all got there before the precincts closed. So they said stay out there. And quite naturally, news media is out there too. We watching. Okay, so here it is. This is, like I said, this is going to run all night. I'm not going to be on here all night like I was for presidential election or for as many hours as I was the last time. But I did want to pop on here and admonish Georgia, stay out there and continue to vote. Stay in that line. Continue to cast your ballot. Okay? Also, I just wanted to run down on the updates real quick. Go right here. Okay, let me get to a few updates. Well, we know officers, additional officers as it pertains to the Breonna Taylor case, were terminated. That's fine, that's cute. But like I said, terminating officers, that's cute, but we need them to be charged and face prison time. I'm not with all that cuteness. Those little cutesy moves when it comes to justice. Every step counts, but I'm not for that dog and pony show. I'm for a real resolve and recompense on behalf of families. Okay, so let me go here, read off these updates real quick. Right here. So, Jacob Blake, which was the one who was, and see the David Perdue and the John is going back and forth. So that's why I said people are still in line. They're still counting ballots. So I expect for the numbers to teeter around a little. And I'm not overly concerned about any of this right now. It is when we start getting into that 90 percentile of the votes being counted, the ballots being counted, that I will begin to make some guesstimations. Okay, but Jacob Blake, the one who's breaking up an argument and was shot in Kenosha by police officers, will not be charged. No surprise there, unfortunately. Ahmaud Arbery, excuse me, we know that's still ongoing. George Floyd, still ongoing. Breonna Taylor, still ongoing. And it's so many other cases. from the African-American gentlemen who were shot on their properties, shot in their garage, murdered inside a police precinct. All of those cases are still ongoing. Just really quick, yeah, Andre Hill, the one everybody keeps talking about, people terminated, officers terminated. But like I said, the termination of an officer means absolutely nothing to me until that trial is had, until that officer is tried and on his way to prison. And I'm not talking about doing little 2-3 years. I'm talking about going ahead and do 30 years to life. And quite naturally, a few days ago, I mentioned or I should have mentioned the Tamir Rice, that the Justice Department, and I did not expect Barr to do anything, neither Jeff Sessions, who preceded Barr, with the Tamir Rice in terms of holding those departments accountable for his death. So, and then we also know COVID-19 is real. All right. I can only say that I have had several friends call and their family members have coronavirus. Ooh, David Perdue is in the lead now by a few points. Raphael is still up at 67% reporting. But like I said, John and Purdue was so close, and it depends on what has all been counted. And I expect for some of this to be a little close tonight. Like I said, when we start hitting that 99 percentile, running into then when certain counties have completely been counted, then I can start saying, okay, X amount of votes is out. These counties vote this way, this county vote that way. You start running the numbers. Right, Tony. Oh, Cold Pepsi, you say you're trying to maintain and get real stuff going on in your life? Good. Okay, Letha, I don't fat cat assaulted that lady. Yeah. So this is where we are right now. Quite naturally, when breaking news happened, I'm gonna pop back up. And I expect for honestly, I expect for Raphael to win. I expect for him to win between Locklear, period. But with David Perdue and John, John really should be pulling ahead, but the governor of Georgia, I'm sure he rallied because he's a Republican and stumped to get his people out too. So still, it's all eyes on Georgia. And it's still all eyes on justice, or just us. Oh, on the body cam, Letha? Okay. Well, I know what. I have been seeing some people get knocked out. trending off from the old year up into the new year. And it is what it is. You're going to step up. And, again, sowing and reaping is real. You cannot just continuously talk on the sidelines or be right next to somebody talking and saying, what you going to do? I do this, I do that. And then they hit you first after you done threaten them with your lips, and then they knock you clean out. That's on you. You don't need to be writing checks that with your mouth that your behind can't cash. Now, I have said that before. I've mentioned that before. And some people don't believe fat means greasy until they get their butt knocked out. Then they get a better understanding. But you should operate with some good sense some of the time. Because again, common sense is not so common. Because if it was, everybody would have it, but they don't. So I say good sense. So yes, I have been seeing the people who have been getting knocked straight out for doing this. And even, let me pause for a minute. To the younger generation, and I'm not saying all of the younger generation, but to some of the younger generation, you can't just be, and it's be some old people out here acting a fool too, plenty many. But to the younger generation, you can't just be on the internet running your mouth, think you're gonna roll up on somebody's property on their house, then they beat your behind and knock you clean out for all that talking. But you didn't showed up to their house like you was about it routed, like you was about it. You didn't showed up to somebody's house who was about it for real. And they hit your little behind one time and knock you clean out. Younger generation, I'm gonna need y'all to say la, pause and think about it for a minute. And to everyone going into 2021, if you cannot fight without the gun and somebody get that out of your hand, you're gonna get beat down. Stop writing checks with your mouth that you're behind when it's time to go mano with the person cannot cash. Now see here there, our reporting Kelly Loeffler is up by some. David Perdue leads by a little, but like I said, I'm not moved. The telltale sign will be when we hit the 90s. So for this one, it's gonna have to be every vote counted. Because again, people were still standing in line. So that's how this gonna shake now. So, all right. With that being said, I just wanted to come on this, go back to the music, and I will continue to watch this. Like I said, I'm expecting for this to probably spill over into tomorrow morning a little bit, depending on how many people they have there counting on the ground. But let's give us some music and we'll get out of here. Tony the Spot, what'd you say? If you can't fight with your hand, you still can't find your phone, G Money? Oh Lord, oh Lord. Tony, you said if you can't fight with the hands, you need to sit your boop, 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 down. Sit it down. Tony said if you can't see what the hands do, we can't see what the hands do. We don't know how to throw hands. Have several seats. Don't even show up. Don't even show up with a gun. Just go ahead and sit down. Because there's people who showed up with a gun and got their gun snatched and beat down. So again, I would just like to admonish everyone. Just be careful. And if you a jumper cable, if you are one of those jumper cables and you just happen to pass by this channel, a jumper cable, what I like to call jumper cable, what I've been using since I was younger, jumper cable. People who like to start stuff, then somebody run up on you and beat you down and knock you out, hit you one time and knock you smooth out. You might want to reconsider some stuff. And the thing you might want to reconsider is minding your own business and keeping your mouth shut. That's what you need to reconsider. Reconfigure your life accordingly. Yeah, I said it. Let me say it again. If you some jumper cables and you know somebody gonna hit you one time and knock you smooth out, clean out, you might want to reconfigure your life by sitting your behind down somewhere and minding your own business. Now, some people it'll catch up to you. Again, I'm for self-defense. We for self-defense over here. 1,000,000% to infinity. We don't start none, won't be none. We don't start it, but should you start it, by any and all means necessary, we will defend ourselves accordingly. Period. But for the jumper cables, the people who just like the messy moo-moos, the people who just like to be starting stuff, the agitators, the instigators, then you get beat down or you get shot down. You might want to get somewhere and sit it down. Tony, you said they better go to boxing or her gym training. The thing about that is you can know how to box all day long, but if you don't know how to do a little street fighting with that boxing, you'll still get beat down. Can we talk? Can we talk? Can we really talk? You'll still get beat down. Yeah, I done seen some people who was trained to box, but their hands weren't quick enough when they ran up on them guys in the street, and they still got the heck beat out of them. It is what it is. Because before they could land any punch, they was already on ground. You better know how to street fight too. You better know how to street fight. Yeah, you can go to boxing, but you better know how to street fight too. Forget that. Take all forms of martial arts. I am for it. I am for all of it. But you need to know how to do some street fighting too. It's something a little extra. You know how to street fight. That's a little something extra. You come with some extra moves. That's right, Lethan. Don't start none, won't be none. Don't be a jumper cable. Like I said, we ain't You started and you get your behind beat down. Well, reconfigure your life. Just like that. All right. Now that was my tip for 2021. Don't be a jumper cable. And if you jumper cable and you always getting beaten down or somebody roll up on you, you might want to mind your own business, get somewhere and sit down. Yeah. Stay out of other people's. All right. With that being said, let me go back to this because I've been seeing a bunch of people get knocked out lately. So they were doing a bunch of this. Some people was doing a bunch of this, then ran up on somebody and got beat down. That And most of the times you usually don't want to approach people on their property anyway, unless you are about it and with it for real. No. But wisdom says, mind your own business. Stop provoking and agitating people. Stop picking with people, and you won't get. And I'm talking about things that don't need to happen or transpire. I'm not talking about the police brutality against African American people who do be minding their own business and different things like that, and others who do be minding their own business and they just get harassed by the cops. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about person to person, civilian to civilian now. The internet gangsters or the internet gang or the internet riffraff or the internet, whatever they want to call themselves, and then they get beat down or shot down. Come on now. Be you male or female. Come on now. That's just not smart. All right. Now that's my advice going into 2021. By the way, 2 movies coming out. American Skin by Spike Lee, which is going to deal with police brutality. I'm going to watch that. I'm not a big movie watcher, but that's one to watch. And the other one will be with Denzel Washington, The Little Things. When he told him he's doing whatever role he's playing, the officer, detective, whatever, and he told him, see, it's the little things that get you. It's the little things, and that's true. It's the small foxes that'll spoil the vine. Hey, Andre.
Hush now, child, and don't cry. Your folks might understand you by and by. Just move on up toward your destination. Though you may find from time to time complication.
Yeah, Dre Day, we was just talking about the election, a little catching up briefly, and then giving my thought for today and words of wisdom for today on the end about people who be getting beat down. Again, now back on focus. Georgia, stay in line.
And take the trip. Though there may be wet road ahead and you cannot slip, just move on up. For peace you'll find into the steeple of beautiful people where there's only one kind. So hush now, child, and don't cry. Your folks might understand you by and by. Move on up and keep on wishing. Remember your dream is your only scheme, so keep on pushing. Take nothing less than the supreme best. Do not obey rumors people say, but you can pass the test. Just move on up to a greater day. With just a little faith, if you put your mind to it, you can surely do it. Just move
All right. So once again, if you are in line in Georgia, stay in line. They have Locklear ahead, and they have who should be in prison for insider trading, by the way, or standing trial waiting to go to prison for that. And they have Purdue ahead. Was Purdue involved in that insider trading too, and should be waiting to go to prison or waiting for a trial so he can go to prison as well? Well, anyway, they have those two ahead right now. Like I said, is 78% reporting. I'm not overly concerned with that right now because it's still extremely close. And I expect for the numbers to flip. I expect for the numbers to flip flop a little. But at the end of the day, I do expect for Warnoff to pull ahead. And with John, it's just going to be close. But we shall see. At any rate, for those who are from Georgia, stay in line. Don't go home. Just stay out there. Do like you do on Black Friday, or like you used to do back in the day for Black Friday, for those who are Black Friday shoppers. Tag. One person stand in the line, the other person go in the car, get the coffee or whatever, warm up a little bit, come back to the spot, tag the other person, go back to the car, warm up a little bit. Then y'all both stand. Then you rotate yourself. So, right, please stay in line. Stay in line. It's vital. It's vital. Stay in line. All right. Now, again, with that being said, everybody, when it breaks, and I expect for every vote to be counted tomorrow. And I also, when it's real close like that, Georgia law, if I'm not mistaken, automatically has recount provision set in place. So we will see. And again, every vote counts because every vote is your voice. That is you speaking. So stay in line. Do not get out of line. Do not start vacillating. Don't get weary. Just stand right there. Stay strong. And kudos to you who did vote, who have been staying in line, staying strong. Commendable. But please, 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 stay in line. Make sure your vote is cast. Every vote counts. Right. Stay in line. Stay in line. We need you to stay in line now. Caroline, stay right there in line. Stay in line. Shoot, you stand in line for some other stuff. Stand in line for this right here. Now, with that being said, you all have a pleasant evening and a pleasant night. And when they break the news and every vote has been accurately counted without the foolishness, the shenanigans, the stealing, and the throwing out from the urban areas, then I will come back on probably tomorrow or later on tonight. And I don't, like I said, I don't expect them to have this wrapped up tonight, but we'll see. With that being said, you all have a pleasant evening and a pleasant night. And always remember this: we look up, we get up. That we can look up, we can get up. That means we can go up. This is another year to get some things straight in your life or whatever area you want to be at or areas you want to progress in. This is another year. Do some course correcting and different things like that. So keep that in mind. And remember, it's still a pandemic. Make it happen, captains. Make it happen. Do this and a lot of it. Wash your hands. Do that. That's right. Still vital. Now, that being said, again, you all have a pleasant evening and a pleasant night. Thanks so much for streaming. Right. Mask on. All right, everybody. Have a pleasant evening and a pleasant night. We are still watching this. We're watching this. All eyes on you, Georgia. All right.